Brighton won. United have come from a goal down, and this came maybe 3-4 minutes after Welbeck hit the crossbar with a header from a free kick. So you get the feeling like United have to dig in really deep to find a result out of it. But as it is, they are currently drawing 1-1. Brighton, though, the better side by far. It's not even close. Nasem Kobaya. No, but Brighton have definitely been the better side. I'll try and find out exactly what Diallo. But I saw, you know the way you see something in passing and you go like, huh, that's interesting. And then now he does something great, and you could see the emotion on his face once that happened. In fact, if you just type Amad Diallo, that's the first thing that has happened. Yes, so it's his, if I'm not mistaken, it's not his biological mother, it's his father's wife, but he says that she is just as important to me. But yes, because he tweeted, this is what he wrote in French on Snapchat. He said, rest in peace, mom, may Allah forgive you. And then, of course, he confirmed that, no, you know what, it's not his biological mother, but either way, it's a huge loss for him, someone very close to him. But then he said he would play, and he has played, and he has, for the lack of a better word, either, I'm not sure who, let me see, the dubious goal panel, not sure who they've given it to him. So yeah, he has scored. It's his first goal of the season, and United just about to make another change. Garnacho getting prepared to come on. This is going to be a proper last half hour of the game. But it is. Brighton 1, United 1. United fans will be happy. They weren't as good in the first half. Second half, they look much better. Zaxi at the front gives them a bit of a focal point. They have someone who they can focus all their attacks via. This thing of having Bruno Fernandes as the false nine doesn't work. Bruno can do a lot of things. I think false nine is pushing it sort of kinda. That's just the way I feel. Anyway, Diamond League Thursday night was a big night from a Kenyan angle because we had quite a number of our top athletes in contention. First up, Mary Mora, good to see her come and run. Time wasn't fast, but her tactics were spot on, and she was really okay. She won that easily. It was good to see her run. The main one, of course, was Emmanuel Wanyonyi. This was a proper 800 meter race. They had all the big guys in it. And if it was an assault at the world record, let's not kid ourselves. 1:40.91 by Rudisha looked like it was out of reach for so many years. Completely out of reach. But all of a sudden this year, there's just 141s every day, 141s every day. You saw it at the Olympics. And Thursday night was no different. 141.11. He is now the joint second fastest man of all time, is Emmanuel Wanyonyi. Of course, the big man himself is number one, David Rudisha, with 1:40.91, with 1:41.01, and 1:41.09. Those are his top three times. And then you've got Wilson Kipketer, or Kipketer, Kenyan Bonden, 1:41.11. And then now you've got Emmanuel Wanyonyi, who's just joined him. He ran a world lead, a Diamond League record, a meet record, and a personal best. Everything you would get by the world record, and he ran it hard all the way. Marco Arop led it for the most part, but you always felt like he didn't have it in him to go on and win. So Marco Arop second, 1:41.72. Gabriel Tual, who's also running really well, 1:42.30. Bryce Hoppel from the US, 1:42.63. And Peter Sisk from Belgium, 1:43.48. So it was a good run. Once again, it feels like they are getting closer to that record. Can he get it? I'm not sure he can. I almost felt as if Lausanne was 8 for him, but you never know. Let's see what happens in Silesia. Let's see what happens tomorrow, because he goes again at it. He will once again go at it. What I like most about him is that he seems to just go out hard. He just goes out hard. Hakuna story mingi, just goes out hard. Runs it hard all the way. And I feel he's getting closer to it. Now, who runs on Sunday? It will be him. It will be Gabriel Tual. It will be Wycliffe Kinyamal. Bryce Hoppel will still be there. And Aaron Kemei Cheminingwa. I really like Cheminingwa. I have a feeling like he's one of the... He's the next big thing in the 800 meters. He's got the size. He's got the height. I just hope he can get it all together, because the natural talent is one thing. How you put it together is another. I feel he's one of those guys who's going to go out there and do something great. So he'll be running tomorrow. As will Marco Arop. So... Heavy field in Silesia tomorrow. Can Wanyonyi do it again? I think he'll get close, but I'm going to quote something David told me maybe a few months ago when we were talking about Wanyonyi, and he said, listen, to shave that 0.05 or 0.03, it's so hard. Unaweza kwama hapo. I don't know why I felt like Lausanne was it for him. But who knows? With the new spikes, with the wave light, with better pacing, with better what, they are going to get there. Now, of course, if he does get to the world record, the natural reaction is to compare them. I'd like us not to. I'd like us not to. I don't think... Wanyonyi is fantastic. Great athlete. But David was David. King David was a whole different kettle of fish. David Rudisha is in a class of his own in the 800 meters. Easily the best 800 meter athlete that ever lived. Easy. Without a doubt. He's been retired since 2016 or maybe mid 2017. Easily. Best ever 800 meter athlete the world has ever seen. And I dare say this. His 800 meter world record run in London, for my money, is the second best ever race at the Olympics. That 800 meters is the second best ever race at the Olympics. Of all races, of all track and field, for me, it's the second best ever. I hear you asking which one is the best. I think Bolt's 969 in Beijing was out of this world. Because of the celebration, because of how far he was ahead of everyone else, because of what it meant at that moment. But David Rudisha, for me, all time. So, yes, Wanyonyi is coming up and he's doing fantastic. And I think he is generational talent as well. He is generation. And we are so lucky as a country. We have had Wanyonyi, Koril, Rudisha, Bungei, Alfred Kiruayego, all of them in succession, like one after the other. Yes, and he could as well break it tomorrow because I like the way he just goes flat out. And he has a wonderful story behind him and you couldn't meet a nicer human being. He's really cool. He's very nice. Anna Story Mob. He does his job, he goes back to Kapsabet. Really good guy. But I want us to slow down with the comparisons. Let's just wait a little bit. Just a little bit. Kidogo too. Let's take nothing away from him. Let's take nothing away from David. Let's just stick with the fact that David, greatest of all time, as of now. Wanyonyi, ridiculous talent, generational talent. He runs, he's fearless. He just goes out hard. And when you hear about him, if you have had a chance to listen to his story, if you had a chance to watch his story, you understand why he's that fearless. He fears nothing. That young man has gone through hell and back to get where he is. The amount of work he does, the good things he has done for his parents, for his mother, for his siblings, for his nieces and nephews, the kind of impact he has had since he shot up into the scene in 2021 is incredible. It's the kind of things you should do a movie about. So Emmanuel Wanyonyi, generational talent, great guy, and hopefully tomorrow he can go on better. Because if anyone is to break that world record, I hope that it is Wanyonyi. I hope that tomorrow he goes out. Because all he needs is, kidogo hivi. Because the world record is 140.91. He's at 141.11. So he needs like 0.